record. Wow, getting it right for a change. And we start the new slideshow. There. Yeah, there we go. Great. So we're live and we're recording. So thank you all for joining. We have one or two new guests that are joining the call this evening, I know. So I'm going to talk about the UK system, how we work over here. It's a little different from the United States, Canada, as some of you know, but it's always good to kind of cover that, isn't it? And make sure we're all on the same page. Recording. So this is my role in the UK as regional sales manager. I'm here to help and support you all in getting your business established in the UK and the Republic of Ireland, which is a beautiful place if you've yet to visit. Very, very green, the Emerald Isle it's known as, and they do a drink called Guinness, a dark beer, which hopefully you'll get to taste one of these days. I tried it once in Vancouver. It was horrible. It doesn't travel well. So yeah, looking after the UK and Ireland, supporting the teams here. And as we grow into Europe, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more activity over there too. So let's just have a quick look at some of the trends that have been going on this last few years. And the last statistics I were able to pick up were for 2019. But my guess is that things have grown a lot since then, because in the area of personal care, anti-aging products, nutrition and health generally, the wellness industry is growing exponentially. And those figures were, as I say, 3 years ago now. And we're really sitting in a very, very strong position. You're going to see what's happened with our company in terms of how we've capitalized on that as well. So let's take a look at Immunotech. Immunotech is a company been established more than 26 years. We're now operating in 11 countries and about to expand even further. As you can see there on the left-hand side, those are the different countries. We're in a lot of them in South America, United States, Canada, Ireland, and of course the UK. And things are headed up by our CEO, Mauricio Nonesan. And he has a few words to share with you. So let's hear it from Mauricio.
First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to you today. I am Mauricio Domenzain, the CEO of Immunotech, and you're probably wondering why Immunotech? Who is Immunotech? We're currently in 10 countries with plans to expand into new markets. Immunotech is in the top 100 direct selling companies in the world and is growing rapidly. Our goal is to be ranked in the top 50, not to be the biggest, but to be the best. To offer a genuine opportunity to touch as many lives as we can, which so far is over 2 million. Immunocal, our flagship product, is backed by over 40 years of scientific research and has been sold for over 20 years. Every month, we sell over 5 million servings of Immunocal. Immunocal is the most important supplement that you will ever use, as it raises glutathione, your body's master antioxidant, and makes you stronger, smarter, and healthier. Immunocal is a great product. In Immunotech, you have the opportunity of sharing the products that you love. And when you do so, you have an opportunity to earn an extra income. And some have been able to enjoy nice quality of life from generous commissions of our compensation plan. You can sign up as a customer, but the best way to get the products and experience the benefit of Immunocal is to sign up as a consultant. Whether you have big goals or you are here to make an extra income, Immunotech is here to help. When you join Immunotech, you became part of the Immunotech family. There's going to be a great leadership team to help you. Get ready to be celebrated as we travel the world together to recognize your achievements. We believe in the power of people and the power of your potential. Every small victory matters, and we will celebrate you every step of the way. Living better is our DNA, and we are excited for you to join us in this journey of living better. I am Mauricio Lamentine, and I am Immunotech. First of all, thank you for...
There we go. So that's Mauricio introducing himself. Mauricio actually took over as CEO back in 2018, as you can see there. And since he's done so, we've more than doubled our turnover and expanded the business into more countries. And this year, we're going to be expanding into 4 more. You can see that we went from $102 million in turnover in 2018. We were ranked at number 98 in the Direct Selling News Global Top 100. And now we've grown to over $220 million last year in sales. And that's during the pandemic time. So that's very interesting. And we have ranked up to number 45. You know, you may have heard him say that he was looking forward to us getting into the top 50. And about a month after that video was made, we did. So his dream came true. And now we're moving forward even faster. A lot of the statistics you'll pick up as we go along, but you can see that we're pretty well established. Millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars invested to issue patents on our products as to their efficacy, not just the name or the design, but actually how they work. We're listed in the Physician's Desk Reference Book, in Canada's Compendium of Pharmaceutical Specialities, and these are 2 of the most respected sources of information for the medical profession. It's very, very unusual for a nutritional supplement to get that kind of attention, and to oversee over 40 years of research that's gone into it. So there's a lot to back this up, which is very important for you to know. So we have 5 pillars that we work on in terms of the way we want to establish our company. This is not a job. This is a choice that you make to expand your income, create a secondary income. And in many cases, some people have created a primary income more than they ever anticipated. We have very strong integrity with our company, and you can see that many people have been with us right from the beginning, more than 26 years now. So they clearly are very happy with the way we operate things. The science I've mentioned briefly, and you'll need to dig into that, but enough to say that it's very, very effective, and we have the science to prove it. In terms of our celebration, we like to get together as often as we can. It's been a little difficult this last year or so, but this November we're having a big celebration down in Miami at the Fontainebleau Hotel, one of the most luxurious hotels in that part of the world. And so there's an opportunity for you to come down there and join us. You just have to qualify, and we'll pay all the expenses to fly you down and put you up in the hotel and have a good time. The family side of things is very important because we share our products initially with our family and friends. So we want to be sure that we've got a strong base to do that. And let's move on to the next slide. Here we see some of the things we've just discussed, the global growth and expansion. If you're an entrepreneurial person, you want to create a secondary business, we can show you how to do that. We can show you how to achieve your financial goals. We have a very, very simple step-by-step system. So let's have a look at the product. It's actually created by 2 doctors, very eminent doctors, Dr. Gustavo Buenos and Dr. Patricia Conshaven. And Dr. Conshaven is in fact English, although she has a Scandinavian name, but she moved to Canada to work with Dr. Buenos many years ago. And they created the groundwork that became Immunical. Okay, so it's going way back all that time. And you'll see on our website, there's a lot more research and the story of them and how they got started. So we actually produce this product called Immunical, which supports our body's natural ability to create glutathione. The glutathione is critical for our health. It builds on our immune system. It helps with detoxification of our liver, of heavy metals and things that are in the environment that we don't need. We need to get that out of our body. It helps to create energy, and it's also an antioxidant. So it's a very, very important part of our health, and it's also very difficult to maintain levels of glutathione in our body as we grow older, or if we're involved in sports activities, which is obviously putting stress on the body. So this is a very clever formula that when you take this product on a daily basis, it builds your immune system, as we've said, and it helps your body to produce glutathione. And that we say that, you really need to be on it around about 90 days. Some people get a result much faster than that, but usually if you stick with it for 90 days, you will certainly notice the difference. Now, these are the main thing. It's helping build a strong immune system. This is important for our sports people, increases muscle strength and enhances the body's ability to recover from increased physical performance. So, we have a lot of professional sports people that use our product, and also, just people that are wanting to keep up with exercise generally. So a source of essential amino acids, as I mentioned, it helps repair body tissues, helps to create antibodies, increases muscle strength, improves performance when you use it with regular exercise. The second product we have is basically built upon the back of Immunical. We call it Immunical Platinum. And usually this product is taken people over the age of, say, 30, 35. So the first one is for everyone, and this one has got some extra things, magnesium, sodium, potassium, which are very, very important as we grow older, that we are looking after our bone structure, our muscles, and our nervous system. So as we get older, we lose muscle mass. We can be susceptible to damage with our bones, and this is important. We keep these things focused. There are, we have a lot of testimonies from people that have health issues that have found that this product has been particularly helpful for them, and I'm sure you're going to hear many stories about it once you start to get involved. So yes, we mentioned this earlier on. These are some of the reference books that you can pick up on. Some people say, well, it's just a supplement. Well, it's a lot more than that, I can promise you. Dr. Jimmy Gutman is probably the most expert, world-renowned authority on glutathione. He's published his own books, which you can get online, and really goes into a lot of detail and a lot of scientific background, but in a way that it's easy to read. He's very cleverly put that book together, so you can really understand all the specific areas of health that you'd be interested to know what this product can do. Now, this is something that I think is really important, particularly for professional sportsmen. We work very closely with an organization called Oreco. You can look them up. They're Oreco, ORRECO.com. And they are the world's leading authority on bioanalytics for professional sports. They work with Chelsea Football Club, the soccer team in the UK, with Nottingham Forest Football Club, and they work with Tottenham Hotspur. These are three very, very high-ranking professional football clubs, and those players take this product. And I mean, if you're following British soccer, you'll know that certainly Chelsea is performing exceptionally well this year, and has been for a long time. Now, this is not a new thing. We've actually been associated with Oreco for over 12 years now, and the doctors that work with that organization regularly prescribe this product for top athletes, not just in soccer, but in the Olympic teams in 2012, many, many different sports professionals and athletes were taking this product. Also the National Basketball League, you know, there's many. And you see these two certificates here, informed choice. This gives them the confidence to take the product because it's regularly tested for banned substances, every single batch. So there's no chance of them falling foul of regulations. These are some of the sports that we've worked with in the Olympic teams. You'll see, you know, we mentioned rugby over here. That's the proper game, not like the Americans play. I'm just teasing. I like to tease Keith. So we also have track bicycle racing, rowing, sailing teams. Many triathletes use this product. Athletes, track athletes, skiers. I mean, you know, right across the board. It's used by those that are competing at a very high level. Now we have one other product I'd like to mention, which is called Booster. So let's just watch this one quickly.
Boost your energy, improve your focus, optimize your day. With Immunical Booster, energy and performance with our proprietary blend of components. Leave the quick burst and hard crash you get from most energy drinks. Go for rapid and sustained energy. Our blend of 3 natural caffeines, green tea, green coffee, and guarana, kicks in after 15 minutes and lasts for up to 6 hours. Formulated with sulforaphane from broccoli seed extract, scientifically proven for its antioxidant effect, as well as vitamin C and selenium. With the Energy Booster, all your antioxidants, including glutathione, will work better, and it's perfect with Immunical. With the Booster, Immunical works harder and lasts longer for optimized glutathione that contributes to the normal function of the immune system. Boost your day with our healthy formula for energy and focus. Immunical Booster. Exclusively from Immunotech, the science of living better.
So yeah, that's the Booster. And as the lady said in the advert, it boosts your energy. It works so well when you combine it with Immunical. It actually increases the effectiveness. It's a synergistic effect that the two complement each other very well. However, you can take it as a boosted energy drink. It's not like Gatorade, it's not like Red Bull, it's not full of sugar that gives you this kind of high and then you drop down afterwards feeling tired again. This sustains your energy throughout the day, as it mentions, and it says it can last up to 6 hours. Well, I find it works a lot more than that for me because I take it in the morning around usually about 8 o'clock. It's now 7:45 in the evening and my energy level's still high, so it's good. So these different caffeine extracts release throughout the day, one after the other. That's what sustains the energy. Green tea, green coffee bean, and guarana. Guarana, if you're not familiar with it, is a South American, a Brazilian rainforest kind of herb that's been used by the Indian tribes there forever. You know, and that's something we've learned from them. It's really, really good product, and I really encourage it. It tastes good. You can have it on its own. It's kind of an orangey flavor, just a little sachet that you mix up into water. But if you mix it with Immunical, it gives that sort of extra orangey taste too. So very pleasant. Okay, so that's a little bit about the background of the company, the science, the products, and obviously, you know, with a product like this, and you've seen what's happened just the last 3 years, it's a phenomenal growth, and it's a wonderful opportunity for those of you who are interested in your health, interested in performance, interested in helping other people to achieve better health and also create additional income. So let's just take you through that. The company itself we talked about goes back some 26 years, and you heard from Mauricio earlier. He has this slogan, "I'm free," which we're developing into a youth program as well, which is quite exciting. We talked about the patents, not only on the name or the logos, but actually on the efficacy of the product itself, and that's very unusual. Financially, we're a healthy company. You'll see that D&B, that's Dun & Bradstreet, They give us a AAA rating. That means we're financially very, very stable and debt-free. And then, of course, we mentioned earlier on that we are now number 45 ranked in the top 100 companies in the world in direct sales. And that's pretty cool achievement. I think you'll agree. So how do you get started? Well, basically, we want you to try the product. We want you to be confident with the product. We don't want you to be salesy. We're not really, that's not the thing here. It's all about you being confident with our product. And if you feel that confidence, you simply share that understanding with those around you. And, you know, the most important thing clearly right now is building up our immune system. So important with what's happened the last couple of years with pandemic. And it's now more than ever. Even if you've had the jab, the vaccine, it's important to keep building your immune system in a natural way. So this is the 3 steps, what you need to do. If you want to get involved as a partner with us, it's very, very simple. I'm going to take you through that as we go through these slides. Then once you've registered and become a partner, you're going to get great discounts. That's going to encourage you to share the product with others and talk about the opportunity. And when you do that, you help those people to repeat that process. So you help them, they help their people, and so you start to build a team of a network locally, nationally, or internationally, and we're going to talk about that too. So these are the 3 products we have here in the UK. In some parts of the world, they have other products too, but this is what we're going to focus on this evening. We've talked about them briefly: Immunical Platinum, and the Energy Performance Booster. So you can have retail customers, you'll see the pricing there, and also they can get a discount of up to 25% if they register for auto ship. And that's the best place to be, quite frankly, because you don't have to worry. The product shipped to you every month. And if, for instance, you want to take a month off, that's okay too. You don't have to have it indefinitely. It just gives you that better discount. So you're going to be earning between 5 to 30% profit on every product that is purchased. Now, it actually says every product sold, but I mentioned to you earlier, you're not actually selling it. All you're going to do is recommend people check out your online shop, and when they purchase product through your online shop, you get paid. And I'm going to show you how that works. Your team commissions can grow to up to 47% of the turnover. And to actually get started and register, it's very, very inexpensive. It's very unusual for a company to get you in business for £24, right? It's really not very much at all. But for that registration fee, you're going to get a lot of information to go through and read up on. We're going to send you that pack in a very smart kind of leatherette case. It's an executive case to read up and really study with your enroller or your sponsor. And you're also going to get what we call a back office, your own online store that is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's beautifully done. It's very, very smart. I encourage you to go and check out immunitech.com, and you'll see what our website looks like. And you will have special access once you've registered to go into what we call your back office, so you can monitor your business and your team as it grows and see exactly what's going on in every country that you have customers and distributors in. It's very complex. It's incredibly expensive to produce it, but it's so simple to use. And once you go through these headlines here, the commissions, your organization, how to enroll new people, your orders, a lot of resources, a lot of training materials, a lot of things you can download, different events, company news, and of course, your Immunitech Pay. So you can actually see what you're earning. And that money is paid directly into your bank account every single month. Okay, so to get started here in the UK, you need to purchase the registration pack. I told you is £24. And we give you what we call a consultant starter pack. Now that's really good value because it's actually discounted by £175. So you're saving £131 on that initial starter pack, and you can purchase that. So with your registration fee, that comes to a total of £199. Now, just a week later, after 7 days of signing up, you can order more product, and we do another thing we call the Consultant Success Formula, a business builders pack, which gives you more products, and again a great saving, over £165. So you're off to a good start. You've got some stock, you've got some product to share, you've got some product to use, and that's it, you're away. Now, next, let's have a look at these venture starter pack we've just talked about, and you'll see here it's got 1,200 PV. Okay, now PV is basically a value we give all of our products. It's a points value, if you like, or product value. And the reason we do that is that we're operating, as I mentioned, in 11 different countries. Okay, so we're using Canadian dollars, we're using American dollars, we're using Mexican pesos, we're using British pounds, and European euro. So it's very complicated. So what we do is we give all of our products a point value, which gives it a level playing field. So it doesn't matter where you're buying it in the world, your commissions are calculated based on that point value. So it's very, very simple for the system to work that out. And each month you'll get that statement showing you exactly what's coming to you in your bank account. So we have 7 different areas that you can enjoy an income from. The first 3 at the top there, customers retail profit, customer auto ship profit, and customer volume bonus. Those first 3 are related to your customers and the discounts that you're going to receive when you introduce a customer and they start to buy product from you, either as one-off or on a regular basis through auto ship. Now, you can also qualify for volume bonuses based on that turnover, but I'd like to focus on the bottom 4 there. So we have what we call a business builder bonus, team commissions, moving up and accelerated bonuses, and sponsor moving up and accelerator bonuses. There's a lot of ways to earn income. So typically in the countries we operate in right now, you can expect when you get started to supplement your income somewhere between £300 to £500, $300 to $500, if you like, a month. And that's sort of 80% of the people that get started with us. That's the kind of income they're enjoying. And it's just really referring people to the website on a very, very part-time casual basis. Now, if you get excited about this, as many people have done, and we've got literally over 500,000 distributors, consultants around the world, and some of those, as Mauricio said, are enjoying much higher incomes of anything up to £50,000 or dollars a year, a month or more. Now that's exceptional, and it takes a little while to achieve that, but it certainly has happened. It is happening. It's not something we're kind of projecting in the future. We have people earning those incomes consistently, month after month after month. So here we go. Moving up through our system, you start off as a consultant. We've just talked about that, how you register. The next position you want to go for is what we call silver. And to qualify as a silver consultant, it's about the volume of points that you have in your group and at least 3 new consultants in your team. Okay, so most people achieve this in the first 2 to 3 months of joining the business. Some people actually achieve it in month 1. So that gives you an additional £250 bonus here in the UK, and that will give you the incentive to move on up to the next position, gold. And it's simply a question of helping your team, you and your silver members, to grow their teams as well. So you're kind of more of a teacher, coach, mentor than you are a salesperson. Okay, it's really important you understand that, because we have a lot of teachers, we have a lot of sports people, we have a lot of mums and nurturing kind of personalities, people that get on well with people. are usually the ones that are the most successful in our business. The more you share, the more you support, the team will grow. And you can see that's an extra £700 in bonuses over the next couple of months, which propels you up to the next level. Continue to build your team. You achieve diamond position. We have a lady that's actually achieved this in the first 2 months of the business quite recently, and she's based on the island of Bermuda. So, you know, if you can live on an island and do it, you can do it from anywhere, I would say. That carries another £3,500 bonuses on top of everything else. Moving up to executive diamond, an additional 13,000. And the top position we have is platinum. And you can see there, £70,000. That's like, you know, that's a very serious income that you can achieve over a couple of years. And, you know, amounts to, there you see, we did all the sums, £87,450. And people are earning that, right? You know, I'm not saying it happens overnight. It doesn't. It takes some effort. It takes some skill to work with your team and learn some skills. But it's certainly available if you wish to pursue it. So some news here this evening. We've going to tell you a little bit about what's happening in Europe. You can see I'm focusing there on the UK, Ireland and Spain. But the more important news that we've just had this last few weeks is that we're expanding our business in the next, probably the next 6 weeks or so, into Portugal. So the Spanish have already started to build across into Portugal. We're going to be advising of the opening date. You'll see it will appear in your system. You can actually introduce distributors and customers. Now, it doesn't matter where you are. If you're in Mexico or Canada or Ireland, wherever you are, it doesn't matter at all. You can actually sponsor people, enroll people, and get customers in Portugal. The next country we're going to be opening up a little later in the year is France, and that will shortly be followed by Germany and Italy. Now, we're going to be probably looking at those extra countries coming on board towards the end of this year and the beginning of 2022. So if you have any contacts in any of those countries, I'd encourage you to reach out to them. If you don't know anyone specifically in those countries, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is go online, look up the restaurants and the small businesses and the groups that are in your country, and you'll find them. You know, whichever country you're in, you'll find there's people from France, Germany, Italy, and Portugal living abroad in Canada, America, in South America, in the UK. We've got a lot of people that have restaurants and businesses here, and you simply network through them to establish yourself the contacts back home in their own countries. So most of these people will speak English if they're living in an English-speaking country, and they will be able to obviously be bilingual and talk to their family and friends back home. And all the pages in our website will be relevant to those countries as well. So that's really it. That's hopefully given you an insight into what we do. I'd like to just stop the screen share for a moment and come back to the main screen. There we are. I'm going to see you all again. And really just open it up for anyone like to ask any questions or share any information relevant to what we've spoken about this evening. Would anybody like to come on and to talk to us about that? Okay. There we go. Right.
Hello,
so,
hello,
Patricia,
everybody.
hi.
Hi, I just found out this morning, just in case this helps somebody else, that in Ireland, the shipments have been delayed because the energy booster is on back order. Scott, you know, I'm sure you know this.
Mm-hmm.
And so if the energy booster comes in by Friday, then they'll release the whole starter pack.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, they will send it out separately after Friday.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. That's what's happening. So yeah, Ireland is still part of Europe. So we have some challenges since we did our Brexit. So we're shipping the product now from Spain, which is still within the European Union. So yeah, with regards to shipping, it's really taken care of. Most of the time, we are able to get product to you within 2 to 3 working days. It's very rare that we have any challenges in that respect because we use different couriers to ship product all the time. That's why it's really important you guys get to have your customers on auto ship because we'll ensure that the products reach them in the fastest possible time. So John Soliday, you're on the phone there tonight. John, would you like to share anything that has come up for you this last week with the European team here?
Sure, Scott. How you doing?
Oh, well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good. Yeah, it's been a busy week. Yeah, a couple of things. Hopefully most of you heard yesterday's podcast, Leaving Nothing to Chance. Great history lesson on the industry. So hopefully most of you have heard that. The people I'm looking at, I know have. I know Dean has. I know you have, Scott. I know Patricia has and Foster has. I can't see everybody else. But if you haven't, you can just always go to Leaving Nothing to Chance, leaving with ing, leavingnothingtochance.com. And you can hear these shows. And it's some of the luminaries, frankly, in the network marketing industry going back as far as the 1960s, believe it or not. So people who really have seen it all. Secondly, though, I got a big announcement, Scott.
Good.
Can I make a big announcement on your
Yes,
call?
please. Yes.
All right. August 4th and 5th, which is a Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to do the summer spectacular, Zoomtacular, whatever you want to call it, extravaganza, call it what you want. We're going to have a big meeting online on Zoom, the 4th and the 5th. It's 2 days. And we're going to have, what I've been doing is lining up some of the top people outside the industry on self-development for the network marketing industry. So far we've got people agreed to speak at that event. Larry Thompson, 50 plus year network marketer, author of the Millionaire Training, my mentor in the industry, Scott's mentor in the industry, thousands of other people's mentor in the industry. Larry's going to be with us for a little bit of that meeting, sharing some of his wisdom, which there's tons of. Second to that, Dr. Tracy Jones is going to talk on leadership. Dr. Jones has a PhD in leadership. She's also the daughter of Charlie Tremendous Jones, who was a huge influencer in our industry in the self-development world. He's deceased now, but had a huge role in the development of our industry. And finally, Dan McCormick. And Dan is not only a top network marketer himself, but he also hosts the podcast on The World's Greatest Salesman by Og Mandino. He works with Dave Blanchard, who owns that company and runs it for the Mandino Foundation. And Dan has some tremendous wisdom. He's interviewed really some of not only network marketing, but some of the top business minds in the world. So Dan's going to be with us, and working on one other guy whose schedule's a little tough to meet up with, but I think by the end of the week, I'll have that guy committed too. Especially when I tell them those other three have agreed. So, kind of put a little social pressure on them, Yeah. So that's going to be the 4th and the 5th of August, which I know that sounds like a long time away, but, considering that July's already next week, I'm doing a lot of work and putting together. We're going to have John Molson on that call. For those of you new to Immunotech, there is no person living that knows more about the product Immunical than John Molson. He is the world's leading expert on it. Kind of rode what we say here in Texas anyway, side saddle with Dr. Bunos for about 15 years before Dr. Bunos passed away. So he knows more about this product than anybody. He was Dr. Bunos's researcher, head of research for Immunotech now for 25 years. So John's going to join us as well. I'm going to actually have John give the keynote speech one of those 2 days. And then the other keynote speaker, I haven't really decided yet. I've got somebody in mind. His initials are MD. I just have to talk to him and see if he's available and willing. That would be our owner, Mauricio Domenzane. So, and we're going to have a lot of key distributors sharing, their stories, their wisdom as well. So it's going to be a really big event. Scott, I scheduled it for 1 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock there for our friends in the United Kingdom and the Republic of Ireland, as
Very
well
good.
as our other friends on the continent, where it'll be 8 o'clock, depending on where they live. Might be a little later. They live somewhere west of mainland Europe. So I want our European friends to be able to participate in this real time. So it's going to be, and I know somebody's going to write to me and say, do you know it's Wednesday and Thursday? Yes, I do. Okay. I can look at a calendar. But the reason why I wanted to avoid Saturday just for this summer event is because it's Saturday. And what I'm noticing is a decline, honestly, in attendance on Saturday events. And I think it's just, we all missed last summer. So people are doing other things on Saturdays. So I think if we do it during the week, we'll do well. And of course, we'll record it. So, if they miss it, of course, they'll have access to it. Part of, by the way, that self-development part will be part of an upcoming podcast in the Leaving Nothing to Chance series, an upcoming podcast with those 3 and hopefully 4 luminaries, in leadership development and self-development. So it's going to be a great event. Of course, I'm nervous about putting it together. Need all the help I can get. So if you're on my email chain, feel free to make suggestions and feel free to volunteer, because I need help putting these things on. It's certainly not a one-man operation when it comes to these things, but it's going to be exciting. So put it in your calendar or your phone or your day timer or wherever you put important dates there. August 4th and 5th, about 6 weeks out now, we're going to have that event. So that's all I had, Scott.
John, thank you so much. That sounds fantastic. Really looking forward to it. I mean, what a lineup. My goodness. It's certainly something I'm going to be listening into. And, your cohort in the world of publishing, Foster Rusu's on the call tonight. I wonder, Foster, would you share some points that you have? I mean, a little bit about what you've been doing the past few weeks. I know Mike Welly's on the call. He's also from Ghana, where I think you originated from. So perhaps you'd share some of your insights with us.
Awesome. Mike needs to mute his line. He's actually, his line is open. There's some noise in the background. But before I go to that, John, is August 7th completely off? Because we had it confirmed. Okay, that's off. Okay. Now, before I share, Scott, the Wednesday calls that we have right now, is that your standard call? Because years ago, I used to travel to certain parts in Ireland, Galway and Dublin in particular. But is this going to be your standard line so that we know how to promote this well?
Yes, it has been, I think, since last August. We use this every Wednesday evening, 7:30. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, listen, myself, if you are new on the call, I've been with Immunotech a little over 22 years, and happy to be here to share with you guys my 2 key leaders on the call tonight, this afternoon, John Solider and Keith Hooper. And for me, it's been a beautiful ride, because when you saw the presentation this evening, Scott highlighted some of the initial investments. And I was one of those people that I didn't have a lot of money to get started. Fortunately, I was able to come out with the required investment. But, looking back on the decision that I made 22 years later, and every single month comes on the 12th of the month, what I get from the company is several times fold. So it's been one of the best financial investment that I've ever made in my life. As a matter of fact, it has set me free to a point where it's been 2 decades now that I haven't worked for anybody. It wasn't long ago that somebody and I were talking, and she asked a very important question. I said to the person, I said, you realize the last time I put a resume together was in June of 1987, because that was when I applied for a first job at the time. And I worked there from 1987 to 1999. But since 1999, I haven't put a resume together. But beyond that, the job that I stayed there for 12 years, it was 1987 that I put my resume. So I haven't touched a resume. And it was interesting to see how I had forgotten certain basic stuff. But that's the meaning of freedom. We are here on this call right now as independent contractors, working from our homes. And really, the only motivation is the one that you give to yourself. And you own the business that you bring to this company. And if you do it right, the 47% that Scott mentioned, this is cash in, income that you can, take to the bank from the business that you bring to Immunitech. So as we grow last year, Scott mentioned that our company revenue was about 220 million, and it's been stated on the record that the company paid over 100 million dollars back to us. So this is a business that is going to reward you if you treat it like a business from the get-go. I mean, Keith will have something to say in a minute, but I'll be surprised if he does not look at our commission and call it a report card. So what you put in is what you get. But more importantly, what you put in, if you do it the right way, you get more than what you put in. Back to you, Scott.
Yeah, Foster, thank you. Appreciate it. And Keith, yes, you are on the call from California. Keith, you were sharing with me earlier on how important it is to stay focused on your particular story. I mean, if you're talking about the results you've had, don't go off track, right? Could you tell us a little bit more about that, Keith?
Well, it was interesting. I was reading an article this morning from a professor from the London School of Economics, and he was talking about marketing. And the point was, it's about sharing that story. Scott, we were talking when Sandra and I joined Immunitech 25 years ago, 26 years ago coming up, is we had a very simple statement. The animals that were given Immunical live 30% longer than the ones that weren't. You can't get it anyplace else. What else do you need to know? And what was interesting in that article is today we have so much research, we have so many stories, we have so many things that we give people additional stories. So when the story that you want to share with somebody is what's important to them. So if you're talking to somebody and they're needing to make some additional money, Sandra and I started our business back in the beginning. You had to buy 12 boxes of Immunical back in the early days to get started. That's what we started our business. We bought 12 boxes of Immunical. That's how we started our business. And it's been very kind to us for all these years, paid us every single month, all those years. And, so it's that point. And if you're talking to somebody about the product, okay, share that one simple story. And, what was interesting in that article, and those of you that got the email that came out today, there's a link to that story, because I think it's very, very relevant to our business, because what the article talks about is when you share 3 or 4 stories with somebody about what Immunical's done for them, you just diluted the one story. You didn't make it 4 times as strong. You made it 25% as valuable. When you share the business story of Immunitech, it's the same thing. Share the story about one person when somebody, because that's all they're interested in, and come back to that one point. I mean, I don't know where you can have a business. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I've got businesses. Okay. And, I don't know where you can start a business for $1,000 to start your business, enjoy great quality of life because of that product for 25 years. And the company has paid you a significant amount of money. Okay. There's a lot of people on this call. There's a number of people on these calls that there's a plaque or a wall at the company that has pictures of people that have made over $1 million here with Immunitech. Well, there's a number of people on this call whose pictures are hanging on the wall, okay, with that. And that's what you've done when you started your business. So the point is, when you're looking at your business, treat it as a business, but get that story down. I encourage you to, if you didn't get that email, Scott can get that on to the rest of you there, because I think it's important, Scott, to have that clarity of message. Like I was sharing with you when Sandra and I started, all we had was the animals live 30% longer. The FDA and Health Canada says it's safe to take, and you can't get it anywhere else. What else do you need to know? That was all we had. And what was interesting when you look at the growth, that's what drove the growth, because it was an easy message to deliver. And as I always tease people now, people want to know, will it work for this or will it work for that? Here's my point. It works for everyone. It works every time, given time. Occasionally, time is not our friend. Back to you, Scott.
Right. Thank you, Keith. Coming back to the UK, we have Dr. Jeffrey McTavish on the call. Jeffrey, are you there listening with us at the minute? I think he's gone to get a cough. No, he is.
Hello.
Hello, Jeffrey. How you doing? So,
I'm well. Yourself?
good. Thank you. Yeah. So you're in the UK as well.
Actually, yes.
Your background is in chiropractic, I believe. That right?
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Okay. So you have patients and customers that take the product. Could you share with us any experiences that you have seen in your practice at all with the product?
Quite a few. One of the things that I do say to a lot of people is how important this molecule glutathione is to our health, and particularly at this time when something called the immune system is such a buzzword and such a word that is in our conscious constantly because of the current climate. What we need to understand is that Immunical is a food. It's a food that creates something that we need, and if we don't have it, we're kind of stuffed. And so when we take it, we know that we are increasing our ability to increase our core level of health by reducing the oxidative stress in our system. So this is what I tell people. I demonstrate it with muscle testing, particularly if they come in and they're taking a certain supplement, or they're taking a drug, or they're taking a specific thing, like maybe they're just working out, and I just take normal bleach and muscle test them with bleach because bleach is such an oxidative stress, and then I test them with Immunical, and there's such a difference in the reaction. They just go, well, how did that happen? Because when we exercise, it's a double-edged sword. It creates a lot of free radicals, but it makes us healthier at the same time. So in order to mitigate that, I give them the indication that you have a medical food product here that stands on its own like no other product in the world, and that we have it here for our ability to take. And if you want to make that as a business, then that's a different conversation. And I do keep speaking to people. I have a new patient that came about 3 weeks ago. She's from Brazil, and her husband is Italian. And I'm just going, oh, the light bulbs are there. You know, we've got to tell them about, there's something going to happen in Italy that's going to be really cool. You got to know about. But the fact that she speaks Portuguese, I said, do you know people in Portugal? And she goes, yeah. I went, we need to talk. And so she, when I told her about the product, you could see her eyes going back and forth and looking up, which is a good indication she's thinking, going, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that. And I'll talk to this person, I'll talk to that person. Oh, that person's got this condition. I said, yeah, okay. And if you need some medical help in regards to how the glutathione can help, I can help you because I've got that knowledge. And sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's a detriment, as you know, because people want to know the details, and some people don't want to know the details. They just want to see how it can help them. So there's a big cross section of people who I talk to, which see the benefit once we demonstrate it, or I to be honest with you, I haven't had a lot of time to speak to people about the business, just because of my life at the moment is 90 miles an hour. As you know what's going on.
Let's focus on the product for a moment, because I said this evening, you know, I really wanted to talk about sports, athletes. You know, we're right in the middle of the season right now with soccer, with cricket, rugby coming along, and you know, this, you know, obviously water sports, cycling. Everybody's out there working out right now. So you know, in terms of what you understand about the effects of the product for people that are working out or doing high-end athletics at an elite level, why is this product important for them, would you say?
It balances out your redox potential. I talked about that in another video a long time ago. But basically, in our cells, we have to produce energy. And this comes from a cell called the mitochondria. Now, interesting, your mitochondria only comes from your mother. So if your mother, and I think and we were talking about this, and I was talking about this with Foster, is that Foster lives in Canada, but he comes from a very equatorial region. So his mitochondria is actually wanting to have a lot more solar energy. And so therefore, in order for that mitochondria to be efficient, to get its redox, in order its efficiency in making energy and reducing the amount of oxidative stress, we have to then have something that can give us the indication that we can mitigate the plethora of the oxidative stress. Keep in mind, we do need free radicals for cell-to-cell communication, but it is the runaway oxidative stress that creates a division within the redox potential, which creates this imbalance in the cell, which then allows the cell with these free radicals to go and damage internal organs within the cell. So this could be your nucleus, which comes from your parents. That's all your DNA. It could be coming from the factories that make the protein, etc. It could be the cytostructure that keeps the cell together. Doesn't matter what it is, it creates a problem. And now we need to dampen that, particularly as we get older, or the more you exercise, the more the need for this to happen. Doesn't matter what your age is. This is why when the studies were shown about how Immunical works with people who are in that range of, particularly males in their peak, which is 18 to 22, is that they get that stronger effect of that, because you're mitigating this stuff that can allow the cell to not function at its greatest level. So you want to be able to make the more testosterone, because that's exactly what this thing is going to do. When in females, it's going to be a different scenario. But the thing would be is that when we exercise outside, we're creating the good antioxidants and the good free radicals. When we exercise inside under false light, we produce a lot more free radicals that are of the bad guys, which means we need more Immunical. But if we get our butt outside and exercise underneath the sun, then the sun does what its job is to do, and that's to energize us on so many different levels that would take a lot more to talk about. But it basically energizes the cell to a level that requires the cell to operate at a high efficiency, a high frequency. And the only way we can do a high frequency is to mitigate oxidative stress in what we call the reactive oxygen species, in which Immunical can mitigate and help regulate on a quantum level. This is the thing that this product we don't even know yet, is on a quantum level, how is this functioning? Because we don't know how, we know a lot about glutathione, but maybe we just don't know enough about how glutathione works on a quantum level in the mitochondria, in that what we call the electron transport chain, and something else called the TCA cycle, etc.
Wow.
So
you're getting very technical with this. So
I know.
I wanted to say
was basically
we love it when the doctors talk that we can never decipher your handwriting either. But I'd like to mention about Oreco we talked about earlier in Ireland, and they've been doing blood analysis for elite athletes, particularly soccer teams here in the UK, for more than 12 years now. You know, what effect do you think it has? Why are those teams actually performing the way they do because of the product? What is it doing to them?
Well, the first thing, you look at the average age of those athletes, and they're young. So again, I go back to how it can have some sort of a stimulus within the, we're talking about footballers, from a professional point of view, the testosterone cycle. I don't know. I have not looked at it, but I'm sure there's going to be some sort of reflexogenic effect from having that food and that decrease in the oxidative stress within that system. But the other thing would also be too is the recovery, and this is the biggest thing that they have found, I think.
Yes.
Oracle, whatever you want to call them. I can never figure out how to call them. But it's the recovery, and it's the recovery from the oxidative stress, because these guys, they exercise a lot. I know that because I'm treating a guy from Brighton and Hove Albion. He's on the B team, not the Premier team. He's on the guys who are just slightly below. I said, look at, dude, you need to look at getting on this product, because it's going to bring you up to that Premier threshold, because of the fact that you're going to be a lot more spritey on the field when you go to do your working out or your practices, etc., because you're going to have a lot more energy because of what this product can do. Now, he comes from Northern Ireland, and it's, you know, you have to work on it, because some athletes just want the product for free, and and some of them just want to know what it's doing. And so, you know, in that respect, I think that this is why it works with any athlete. It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or you're a professional athlete. This is what it's doing. Categorically, it's a medical food making glutathione. Glutathione is going to reduce oxidative stress. Your cell works better. It creates more energy, and everything is lovely and groovy. But it does so many different things. It helps with your immune system. Big buzzword, yeah? It also detoxifies our body. So it assists the liver in doing a lot of other things. And if you're a woman and you're on the pill and you're taking this, you need to look at how that's going to help detoxify estrogenic effects and all the other stuff that our livers have to deal with day in, day out, with all the stuff that we have to deal with, you know, in our environment, which is, you know, Nazis, basically.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you heard it here from,
way of saying something.
you hear it from Dr. Jeffrey McTavish. It's lovely and groovy. Now that's why we love having you on this call, man. He's the most laid back doctor you could ever meet. But the wisdom is what we're really wanting to hear. And I appreciate you sharing that with us. Thank you so much. We've kind of got to the end of our call this evening, because we kind of keep it within an hour. We've had a great turnout tonight. I really appreciate you all coming on the call. And over the next couple of weeks, we've got some more announcements to make with regards to Europe, with regards to a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes here. I'm going to do this call again next Wednesday at 7:30. I really encourage you to bring along at least one person with you next time to listen in on the call, because it's not very often you get to hear from self-made millionaires all on a call at the same time and share news from all around the world, and have, you know, two doctors on the call tonight that are listening in and checking all the facts. So it's been really exciting, and I do appreciate you all being here. I have recorded the call, so for those of you who'd like a copy of this evening's call to share with your group, just email me over at slucy@immunitech.com, and I'll be happy to share a recording of it with you. Thanks once again. God bless you all, and hopefully catch you next week. Take care now.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Scott.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.